that, man. You was in studio mode right there. I see, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of like artists kind of get into a studio pose though when they talk on a podcast the first time.
Yeah.
You're not used to just talking when you're in the booth. Well, you kind of, not like to the engineer, but
Yeah, kind of.
yeah.
You know.
You talk to your engineer, I bet, a lot. You communicate when you're recording.
Yeah, man. We like Drake and 40 with the chemistry.
Who is your engineer, by the way? SK. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that like a home studio setup? Was that like a professional?
Professional.
Okay.
He got, 2 sides of his studio,
Yeah.
and it's lovely.
It's
man.
going crazy. A lot of magic
Sound
was
is
made
lovely.
there.
I got my other engineer, Thru. He more so of an engineer / advisor for the most part. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I go back and forth from Frisco to Oakland.
It's kind of cool like that.
Yeah.
Because Frisco has its energy when you record there. Oakland got its energy when you record there.
Yeah. So it's good.
That's crazy.
And then we got the sound down pat, so it's all love.
Your sound's very down. You know your sound.
Yeah.
I think like especially when
But you gotta have the engineer know your sound as well. That's the most important
Facts.
thing, though. It's
How do
just
you know
like,
though? As an engineer, as you as an artist that's established telling another artist, like how do you know?
You gotta have the ear.
And they gotta have it too.
And they gotta have it too.
And they gotta tell you real shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no yes men situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you get put on after, then you get that engineer. And he's just not gonna tell you like, nah.
I don't know. I mean, I've been sticking with the tried and true
Okay.
for years. So
And you didn't venture
ever
out.
since I really started taking it serious, I was either with Thru or Scott Kaminsky, that's his real name. So go to the SK Slapwagon, and I forgot the other studio.
SK been doing it a long time.
Yeah, he been doing it a long time.
Since Facebook. That's where I seen him. Before Instagram.
Yeah.
He was selling beats on and known and out there. He was one of the handles I see all the time. I think he maxed out at like 5,000 friends hella fast. At Facebook.
Yeah, and he does the acoustics and all that.
Oh, okay, he's a band
Electric
guy.
guitar, all that.
Oh, so he had a different. Okay.
Yeah, so he really got the sound down pack, and then Thru, he really studies sound.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the type of engineers I like to work with.
They get a little nerdy with it. A little on the third dimensional vibe or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sorta.
Yeah.
Kind of, sorta.
They dig deep.
You need that though.
Yeah. The plugins no one knew about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You need that. You need that.
Engineers are important. I noticed, like, because I'm a studio owner, so I know someone would be more skilled than someone else, but it wouldn't matter because that artist would just prefer another engineer sometimes that they vibe with more because the vibe would be more important than I think skill for certain artists. I think your engineers had it both. Obviously, hearing your catalog of music, they had the mixing skills. They had that.
Yeah, it's like the best of everything.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to do when I'm in the lab. I like the vibe. When somebody has the sound down pack, I like them to move quick, and I don't like to have to tell them too much, and I like to let them work for themselves,
That kills it when you gotta tell them shit, right?
Yeah.
Admit it, though.
Sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta do it. It's okay. It's all about, just knowing what to do when you get in there.
It's
so
hard.
If I know what to do, it make it easier. But if we both know what to do, then it's smooth.
You're on the same page. Mm-hmm. You ain't gotta talk. You finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
The good stuff.
Yeah,
Man, you feel me?
yeah. Well, you guys know the song you're talking about when you're talking about that certain effect or certain feel like that or something like that maybe.
Yeah, it's just like we go off the back. It's like a bounce off effect. So, the chemistry is there. That's really what it's all about.
How many at a time are you in the studio? Is it an hour or is it like an 8 marathon hour all day? It just varies.
Nah, I'm more like get a couple hours and then have my songs wrote already.
Okay. Oh.
And knock it out like that.
You don't freestyle on the
So
mic.
it's clockwork type stuff. I never have.
Pen and paper?
I used to do the freestyle a little bit, but I write.
Okay.
I like to write.
Because they doing the build a freestyle now.
Yeah.
After the 2, they say the 2, then they build it, then they got 4.
Yeah. I don't like doing that. I like to just write the verse all the way through.
Oh, you said he did this, so he uses a pen and a paper.
With the phone. No, phone game. Phone game. Man, I ain't messing up the wrist.
Hey, wait, hold on. Have you ever lost a whole song on the phone doing that though?
Yeah, I have.
I don't get that. I'm a note taker.
And I had times where, luckily, I lose the song and then memorize it, you know.
And bring it back.
Yeah, because it's moving like clockwork in my mind. So I'm just, if I lose it, then I might have it back or I might forget. But usually, sometimes I don't really be tripping because the edit be there. So,
yeah, you know, yeah, it's a process.
If I edit it back, it'll probably be better than it first was. So I don't really be tripping.
Do you ever?
For the most part, I don't lose my songs though.
You remember it if you do though.
I ain't the best with my memory though, but you know, I memorize. Not in that way. Photographic memory for sure. But when it comes to the writing, I got to get better with that.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah, kind of.
I got to say, man, you're probably one of my favorite writers in the Bay Area, man. You know what I mean?
I take my time with it, but at the same time, I can write real quick.
Yeah. Authentic raps, man. You got the beat first, obviously. Do they make the beats, the engineers that you're working with? How do you go for producers? How do you find them?
They find me sometimes.
You do the email thing, right?
Yeah, they find me.
Does that work well?
My Twitter got hacked, by the way, so that kind of messed up the situation a little bit because I had this little program where it was like a lot of producers found me on there, and I would get a ton of beats. So now it's just like I might randomly get something sent to me, and then I move off that.
Okay.
Yeah, or I go back into the archives, find some old stuff that I didn't use, and then run it like that.
That's a producers from 2 years ago. That's why you got that message, bro.
You never know.
You had some time. He was like, hey, let me just go back.
Old to me, new to you type situation. You can still make a good song.
Because it's tough because when you put out the blast, you going off the first beat, you find that you like, and you're probably forgetting about the rest.
Yeah.
And then you do another blast.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I know a couple of my guys sent stuff to you.
Yeah, and then I keep the email in my bio, so younggully12@gmail.com.
Still send them beats.
Yeah, send me more beats.
I got a guy named Jay Strain, one of my guys down. I'm gonna send you his link, y'all, on Instagram because I felt like his shit go crazy. Like,
okay,
because these kids on some weird shit. You know what I'm talking about? Do you feel like that? The newer producers, the younger they are, they're just like going crazy with the beats.
I just think the vibe is different.
Really?
That's all it is.
Can you explain?
It's just a different twist to it. That's all it is. And then it's like moving with the times. So
right.
I don't never think it's weird. I just think it's like moving with the times.
Oh, you like it.
That's
you
really
like the new shit.
It depends. It depends on what it is. For the most part, I like the old shit like I like the new shit. But, I like the blend.
Yeah.
You feel me? Mix it together and, you feel me? Make a sound that, is different from the rest.
But I feel like hearing your music.
To stay ahead like that. Stay ahead of the curve. Yeah, so I don't think nothing is weird. I'm accepting of everything.
And you listen to outside of Bay Area music too, I imagine. I'm thinking.
For the most part.
Yeah, because hearing your sound.
For the most part, yeah. I listen to more stuff outside of the Bay than I do the Bay, but I love the Bay Area music and
of course.
And, that's where
you're very Oakland.
That's where the slang comes from, and I make sure to maintain the language and everything that we stand for and all that type of stuff. And I try to stay ahead of the curve music wise. It's different. We faster with that type of talk when it come to outside of the music. But when it comes to the music, a lot more people outside of here got the formula a little bit more down packed than us. That's what I believe. But I feel like we can be. That's what I feel. I feel like we can equally be on a level if we just, move with the times.
It does seem like that.
And add our own style to the flow of things.
Yeah. Well, our style we're not lacking in style.
Definitely not. We kind of ahead in that.
Yeah, we're very trendsetters, I feel.
But it's kind of like you got to mesh it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for a fact people were looking at Bay Area artists like you and my guys like Prices the Rock and Songjack and y'all because I know they was going, like Tyga was looking at Price. I know it for a fact, bro, because, we were hot. We were the tech boom. So it was interesting to look at, like, do they got an app? Like, I don't know what rappers are thinking, but they just thinking that shit, like they're close to technology. Like, and they for sure, you could tell when Facebook was first coming out, man, they were jacking something. Y'all were posting, like, doesn't that shit sound just like mine?
Yeah.
And you look at the interaction, like, it was for sure happening, bro.
It's a lot of that. And as you dig deeper into the
situation,
as you dig deeper into the situation, you start to understand, oh, okay, a lot of that lingo came from here.
Yeah.
They just put that twist on it to make it more commercial and, more prevalent to the situation.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
It works, though.
It does work. So it's kind of like you learn from that, too, how to put it together.
Because if you say a word from the Bay, outside of the Bay, it works. And that's something phenomenal as fuck. Because someone from Minnesota can just make something up. It's not going to hit. It's just, you know what I mean? Most people here got clothing attire, fashion, swag, it's just so something in the Bay in terms of lingo sticks. It works anywhere in the nation. It felt like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends, man. What's your vibe? Like if you like the underground situation, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you like the mainstream situation, that's cool. I like to mix it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like to make stuff for underground, make stuff for mainstream. Whatever hits, you know?
You never know what's going to hit.
As long as it works, you know what I'm saying? And I'm more about what I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
I want to go back in time a little bit if we can. I won't do it too much. But I was in Redwood City before I had a studio. I was doing shows, and it was I forget the year, but your video dropped. It was all like a black background, you with your shirt off. You remember that video, right? What was the song? I forget, the song just slipped my mind right now. Hold on, I want to go back to it, but like, I remember I found that song, and I was just like tripping. I remember looking like, oh my guy Tristan, like, yo, this is gonna go. Watch, like it's just gonna go crazy. And I felt it because I'm a promoter, so I deal with a lot of artists, particularly from Oakland, and I'm a promoter very associated with Oakland artists for sure. A lot of my shows were from there. My open mics, all that came up from that city. That city gave me a lot of love, and I try to give it back. But like when you came out, it was a time where Facebook was just popping off. And so word of mouth was just kind of spreading in a different way. Like the street still had it, but the word was spreading. Young Gully was on there, and he shared that video. The director had his name on there too. Was it Dion? I forget. You're not helping me out here. But I'm gonna look up the research here, but I'm gonna say the name. But you know what song I'm talking about? It was kind of like a debut of you coming out. You know what I'm talking about?
No, how long ago was that?
Gee, I gotta look at that, bro, because like we would look at that video over and over and over at that media center in Redwood City. And I remember telling Tristan, I don't know if you remember Tristan, because I think he gave you some beats way back in the day, that 30 tall white dude I used to hang out with. He's just fascinated by you, man. And we all were. And I remember that's when you started taking off. You seemed hella angry. Like no one gave you any credit and I asked people from Oakland, and like you for sure were slept on, very much in a Young T.O. way, because Young T.O. had asked people to get on, and like it didn't have, yours was different though. You didn't like really ask people to get on, but like you just weren't recognized. People were kind of recognizing their own lanes. I seen a person like Kafani. I seen it like with Kafani. He wasn't really played in Oakland, but he from Oakland and he blew up. But yours is like, you from Oakland, you from the streets. That song was so organic, bro, and your whole shit. And it was like the first time I really seen in front of my eyes an artist just there, and then boom. And all the artists around my studio, I show that video, and they were all bugging you for verses. I don't know if you remember that time, but that shit had to be crazy, bro. Like, I gotta find that video, man.
I remember having that time a lot of times.
Okay, because it was one specific video for me where it was like, oh, you're the one, bro. That's gonna hit.
I feel like if I would have got on this business hype the way I was on earlier, it would have took off even farther.
Yeah, you know, so but it's hard to decipher all that shit.
It's hard to decipher, so you got to learn as you go. So it's all of experience. That's what it comes down to.
It's a drug, right?
Yeah.
So awesome you admitted that, bro.
It is a drug though, but I don't use it as a drug.
Nah.
I try to make sure that it's honest and truthful. And
I think I think it's tough because people were trying to take advantage of that of you, maybe.
Yeah.
And you had a hard time deciphering, like, you know, who wants to utilize your name, who wants to use your name, who wants to just come up off your name. Yeah, it's just weird, man. And I think you probably saw jealousy and envy in some of your closer circles, and that made you feel weird. And Because it's not like your music was like, look at me, love me. It wasn't like that. It was like, I'm pissed off, man. And a lot of rappers felt that. From the Bay Area, seeing Drake blow up. We were just really upset at that time. You know what I'm saying? The motto was out, and that had the whole Bay Area very upset.
And I loved it. I don't know.
Yeah, but you knew the feeling, right?
But that's because of the, the lack of the togetherness in the
Yeah, very lacking.
in the L.A., Oakland,
We never had our
situation. We never had that togetherness like that for many different reasons. And I tend to stay out the politics. That's all I really say about it. But yeah. And then we got a lot of people out here. We get our kindness taken for weakness.
Very much
the
so.
Independent game is very strong.
Oh my God.
At the end of the day, it's not really where we want it to be business wise, and that's all. That's how I feel.
You're accurate. You're 100% accurate. Yeah. But when I look at the swag and the way people act in Oakland, I know. I don't know if this sounds kind of fucked up, but that's the future. Like, that's the future of personality, because you've been snaked, you've been dicked, you've been overlooked. You know what I mean? Like maybe the family structure's not there, and like if you look at social media, it's making you act like that. You're not listening to your mom as much. You're just like in your own world. You're not connected with people. So what's happening in Oakland will soon happen to the rest of the world. And women will be more scandalous, and you'll have to act appropriately to what's around you, right? And it's happening now. But it's happening because women I know from Fremont did not act like that 20 years ago. But now they're doing squats. They're trying to do shit like in Oakland, like you know what I mean? Like you weren't caring about a booty 20 years ago.
It's deeper than
but now you need a booty, right? So I look at what's going on. I'm like, that's the future of personality.
We just need some better guidance, especially some of these women, But a lot of these men too. We need better guidance, man. That's all it is.
Well, it's tough, man.
It is tough. It is
tough, and a lot of the OGs that get game get locked up for dumb shit or killed for dumb shit, and it's hard to pass that on. Because you can only use conversation to pass that on, and it doesn't get passed on a lot. From what I've seen, you know what I mean? It needs more of that. We need more talks.
Yeah, more communication.
More communication.
Less of the other shit. Less of the run around.
But the iPhone killed that, I felt. People don't want to do that now. Yeah. You're very content with not talking to no one.
It's not the phones, man.
Is it? What is it then?
It's us.
We're assholes, aren't we?
No, we just people. I don't even consider it any of that. We just people.
Right.
So it always comes down to the people. We the ones that build the technology that make it happen. So that's what I think.
Why is a Bay Area rapper different? Is it because of technology? Because of the money we're close to? Our scamming's on another level out here. You know what I mean? The way we bip and the way we do all that,
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with that. I sidestepped that situation.
You seen the bipping going on in Oakland, though. It's crazy, right? You're from there, so is it bad?
I mean, nah, not really.
It's just the way it's been.
We fixed the city up the way we need to.
Man.
We fixed the city up the way we need to.
I feel that.
Nah, it's not that much. It's not that much of it.
In the city, it's going crazy.
As you think. It's all about what you show. I think it depends on what's publicized.
Right. Because the worst shit gets publicized.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to first. What's publicized, you feel it makes everybody think, okay, this is a bad city. Until you actually come there and you see how beautiful it is. Then you see it's lovely. And we got to make it lovely like that so we can have player shit going on. You feel me?
Oakland's very beautiful. Oakland is very... Well, I want to say this. Oakland is the last city in the Bay Area that I know of. Well, maybe from the outer white neighborhoods, but like where it's a real last neighborhood. There are no neighborhoods in the Bay Area no more. But you go to Oakland, like neighbors still really care for each other in the community out there. And it's like the real last neighborhood without getting gentrified. You know what I mean? But people kind of care, know each other.
What I like about it is in the Bay Area we stay diverse, man. The diversity is amazing.
It's crazy.
So that's what it is. There's no way to be anything else other than helpful.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to.
Helpful, you said, right?
You're helpful to each other, like to one another, race-wise. And when you don't really, it's too close to home. You don't have a chance to do that like maybe somewhere else where racism is prevalent or something like that.
Right.
Out here, we look out for each other in a diverse fashion.
Yeah, we almost like.
That's what it comes
I
down
mean, I look at other races and think like they're cool. Like I see a Latin party going on, I want to party with them. Like I don't hate them. You
that's
know what
how
I
I
mean?
look
Like
at it.
yeah, I want to go
That's how I
party
look
and
at
kind of
it.
maybe get hit on by the women over there. I don't know. Like that's what I want to do.
That's
you know
how
what
I
I
look
mean?
at it. I fuck with it the same way.
I can't hate on like
Invite me.
Yeah.
Invite me,
Like,
but you know,
yeah.
keep me involved in that way and not the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's have good times, good vibes, and fun. And that's
I've
really
always-
all it's about.
I mean, I just loved other cultures because of the Bay, bro. Because of this, there's Latins, there's Filipinos. You know, you hung with Filipinos too, right?
Yeah,
See, they get down.
yeah, they all do. You just gotta understand the culture and stay worldly sometimes.
Yeah,
You feel me?
which means
So you can
respectful.
so you can stay out of the bullshit, but in the sauce at the same time.
See, not a lot of people from Oakland think
saying?
like you, worldly.
Yeah.
Never, hold on, not a lot of people from Oakland say worldly.
Worldly, man.
There's-
Worldly views,
there's-
worldly vibe.
I know some people from Oakland who never seen San Leandro.
That's the point.
You know that's a fact, though.
I do, yeah. Because I deal with a lot of those types of people.
They like, I'm not going to San Leandro. Like, what?
I don't lean towards nobody in specific, but I deal with a lot of people like that, and that's the
The hood mentality or whatever.
that's the give and take.
Yeah.
It's territorial for whatever reason, but at the same time, you need to always understand that you can space out sometime
Please preach.
and have some fun.
Facts.
It's nothing
Facts.
wrong with that.
I noticed San Jose loves you a lot. You noticed that?
Yeah,
You in your heyday, bro. They was fucking with you. All the rappers from San Jose, like they fuck with
I
you
did have that San
tough.
Jose run. You feel me?
The
Like,
tank.
Yeah, that's where I shout somebody like shout out to Tweet, shout out to Tracy Million, shout out to City Shine, shout out to Prince Saul. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
I
you
know
and
my-
City
I know
Sean,
my
like,
politics, but I stay
yeah.
out the politics.
No,
you
I feel
me?
it, but I
Yeah.
don't. Well, I didn't know you had none in San Jose. It just seemed like everyone universally liked you out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
was
you
cool out
talked to
there.
Willie Joe, but you and him
Shout
would
out
always
Lazy
be
Boy,
out there.
shout out
Yeah,
Month, you feel me? Like it's
it go down out
some
there.
respectable people out here.
I like the women in San Jose. It's very nice, healthy, diverse culture out there of I feel like it's white, Asian, and black and Mexican women in San Jose. It's very techie. It's very different.
Yeah.
Right.
I
And
think we all got those sides
yeah,
in our cities.
yeah.
You know?
But it's the opposite of Oakland.
Yeah, it is. In a way.
To me, it's the complete. Not
In a way,
complete, but
because it's kind of like you got downtown San Jose, like you got downtown Oakland.
right.
And you got EPA, with
Hella
the
different.
tech world, but then they got the hood.
Richmond. Okay,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's all
The
the same.
surrounding, yeah.
It's built the same, but it's different,
The Latins are different too.
especially like people wise. Yeah, and then some politics change as you go, and that's really what it is.
Well, black people from San Jose are very different from black people in Oakland.
in a way, though, I can't really say. I don't know.
I can say that for a fact.
I don't know.
Like
I don't
they
know.
are, and then the Mexicans are different too. Like Mexicans from Oakland are very different from Mexicans in San Jose.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
that's true.
that. Like
That's
I can
true.
easily, and I don't mean this in no disrespect, but like a Latin from Oakland I could talk to a little bit more easier because I don't know if in San Jose they're related. I don't know. It just seems a little bit more politicky out there when you're talking to a Latin. But in Oakland they seem more universal.
I don't know.
You know, but that's just me, and that's just me. That's just me.
I think it depends on who you connect.
There's
with.
there's so
That's
many
what
to
it
connect
is.
to. There's so many to
Yeah.
connect to. It's going to give you an opinion that
it's
you can't use
all-
overall. It's just what you had,
It's all who you connect with.
and that was just my experience.
Yeah, it depends on the connections you have.
Yeah,
If those are the type of people you connect with, then you might see that. Me personally, I feel like it's the same, but kind of different. Just like the way they move. You learn the way people move, but I'm on a different side of the spectrum in a sense. You feel me? To where I look at it that way instead of
yeah,
in
That's-
another way.
yeah. That's the Oakland thing. Watch how you move.
Watch how you move. But at the same time, it's good.
Know your
though.
surroundings. That's
But at the same time, it's good. As long as you step light, you good.
yeah.
No matter what.
Something Fab taught me. He said on IG recently. He's like, when I'm at a party, I go up to everyone and shake their hand because I just gotta know the vibe of everyone in that party. And if I don't feel right, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's a Bay Area motherfucker right there, man.
Yeah.
That's a bad game.
I'm always careless but observant.
Right.
When I'm in spots.
Because you do a lot of events. You doing a lot of events. When you did a lot of events, it wouldn't it be weird?
No.
It's cold.
It was never really
Usually the man of the hour when you're there. So
it was never weird. You know what I mean? It was fun. I make it fun.
Had a good time.
I'm known somewhat.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
It's good everywhere I go. So
Very
that's
much
what
so.
it is. You know?
Very much. You're being modest. I like that.
It's demanding, but it's good.
How do you handle people requesting to work with you? You know, is it just a price or is it?
I sidestep it now. I used to be like more willing to work with everybody, but I sidestep it now.
Why?
Because
explain, and this is a clip. Explain the sidestep.
They short you.
They short you?
Sometimes they short you. You know.
What do you mean they like?
Got time for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna set a price. This is what it is. If you're not with that, I'm gonna sidestep it. It don't mean it's not respectable. It don't mean it's not love. But it's just like you can't do that. I can't do that personally as much as I used to.
That's gonna affect the verse.
I used to get on everybody's song. I feel like I'm past that point now. Like you got to come to me differently and correctly, and then we'll be all right.
And you gonna check out their work too now.
Yeah, I check out their work from time to time when I'm in there with them. But just like playing it on a random though, nah, I don't even do that because it messes up the psyche to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And how you feel about yourself and the work you're doing and putting out or something like that, maybe? Is that it?
Yeah, especially when I'm focused on creating my own sound and creating my own song. I'm not listening to nothing else for the most part. I used to listen to a lot of mainstream stuff. I used to listen to a lot of underground stuff. I put it together, and then I have my time where I don't listen to none of that. I just listen to myself.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's better.
You gotta keep some of it out your ear. You hear me?
Wait. What out your ear? The mainstream or the underground?
All of it.
Yeah.
But I don't really listen to underground music. When I say underground,
what's underground right now though? Because I'm having a hard time differentiating with that.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Is all black like underground? Because I wouldn't, or Lil Bean or.
That I think that's underground, but I kind of differentiate that with just independent compared to underground.
Because that's a tough thing to differentiate is independent and underground. These days, before social media, it was way easier to be like, yo, that's underground. But when they got 1 million followers and then on the radio, that's tough.
Yeah, it's all independent, but it's how you associate. It's what you associate it with.
Right.
When people say underground, they thinking backpackers and shit. When you thinking independent game, you thinking like, you know, just going out there getting an independent label, empire type shit,
right?
You know, like that. That's how it's all about how I associate it. I don't really listen to underground like that, but like what you said, stuff like that. I listen to that.
What do you notice on What do you notice on Instagram from local artists that you like? I don't know if you follow local artists. You don't know. I do a lot, but you ever like scroll down and be like, yo, I like that shit. There's some artists you looking at right now, maybe like kind of looking
I look at a lot of the Dizzler artists though.
Really?
Like, it seems like
they on point.
Find those, you know.
The next one.
Yeah. Feel me? You know, they really the only ones kind of like putting artists out there.
Really the only ones that's successful.
I'm seeing Fab starting to do it too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like, I appreciate their efforts to like put those types of people to the forefront. I would never know who they were, honestly, without that. So it's kind of like, you know, we should thank them for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oakland's rich in that culture, though.
Yeah. I was good at that too, but I don't do it their way. Like,
you put a lot of people on. I ain't gonna lie, like I don't want to come out this, but I felt like you was putting more people on than you had to.
I did.
You know, I'm like, he's working so hard on YN, like. Yeah. That's some like he just work on. I don't know if they're gonna work hard back. That's how I felt to myself, like you know,
may not, you know.
Yeah, and I just thought like you know, Young Gully's a good dude. He's building the bigger heaven. You know, that's all I took it as because it's hard to get that what you got and then distribute it amongst people because it took time for me to be like they might not always reciprocate it back, but that's not the point. That's not the point.
I had a formula back then, though. That's really what it was. My formula was to get on as much stuff as possible, you feel me, and get my name floating around through hella different avenues.
That's smart.
And that's really what it was. So it made it seem like I was putting more people on than I should, but, you know.
No, they worked, though.
At the end of the day, I stuck with the tried and true, so I'm still YH, you know.
Yeah. YH, sorry.
Yeah.
They weren't, I don't know, just from what I've seen, I don't know any back-end story, they were laid back and they worked. So that's why I respected YH because they necessarily weren't, any of them did not surpass you in any way, but they put in work, they did verses, and they feel like they didn't do anything slimy. They always mentioned your name, like did not be like, yo, it's me now.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Or nothing like that.
We the step back type. Like, you know, we do our work and then we step back. So we can step light. And that's really all it is. That's all it is.
You still got the necklaces?
Yeah, I didn't bring them.
I was like, your necklaces. I wanted to buy one because I never. I remember that. That
I
was
know,
like.
But I still got them.
That was a very. That's one of the top 5 marketing pitches in the Bay Area at that time.
That's a Thizzler Gully situation. That's what that was.
Was it Thizzler involved in that?
It was 2 minds coming together.
Okay.
You know, decided to make something special for the fans and the supporters.
That was really special.
So yeah, that's all that was.
I was surprised.
I'll never forget that moment in time. You know?
Before AliExpress, you had like a plug on jewelry, bro.
and I still got them. You know,
they still out there?
30 a chain. I still got them.
That's cool.
I still got albums on deck 10. You know what I mean? I sell edibles from time to time.
I got
the THC lean.
Okay.
You know, whatever,
Tell me about the products you got. Yeah. Do you have any with you right now?
Purple Bliss. You know, I should have brought the stuff.
I know we could have showcased them right here. Next time you bring them, it's good.
Yeah, but I tell you what though, you know, shout out to 360 Radio as well.
This is a clip.
If you want to click the link in my bio, you can look at the interview and then they promoting some of the stuff that I have on there.
On the 360, a shout out to 360 Radio. They doing their thing in Sacramento, and I love the fact that they're in Sacramento doing it too.
You are
man.
too.
Well, thank you, but I don't think I'm quite doing what they're doing yet. But
you got a different twist. This is a podcast compared to radio show.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's a podcast. We talk long.
You stepping in your lane, don't
you
know?
See me?
That's why I'm coming to holler.
I was a 2-bit promoter hollering at Gully like, come down to this bar in Union City and perform, man. And Gully would do it, man. I couldn't afford Gully to pay him much after, but like I'd give him what I could, and he would just be so awesome and rock and talk to the crowd and fuck with people. You're by far one of my most favorite people to bring out, bro. Like, yeah. But thank you for messing with me as a promoter back then, bro. Because promoters were like slimy. For you to just fuck with me, it was cool, bro. Like,
I was fooling with anybody because I know, you know, when it comes down to it, when the trickle effect.
Trickle down economy? Yeah.
Nah, I'm talking about with us. When it trickles down, you know, it's still gonna be somebody like you around. You know? So
yeah,
that's my tried and true.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stick with that, and we can help each other grow.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, apologize for the stutter, man.
Nah, well, you doing a lot.
For real.
You got the weed products, the cannabis. I like the products you got going. Click the link in his bio. So do you deliver it, or does it get delivered or mailed?
I deliver it. I mail it.
I'm gonna buy some tomorrow and post it.
Let me know.
On my word, yeah.
Let me know. I will pull up.
It's gonna be on my Instagram.
I got another interview tomorrow, so I'm just trying to get back into it.
Okay, well then I'm gonna do it. Well, you're in it. Like, hey, if you need free studio time, you know, we got you a free video or something, man. Yeah. You know, think of us.
Anything is good. You know,
I know you're back.
I might
is it safe to say you're back?
It's safe to say I'm back.
Okay.
It's safe to say I'm back.
So you were gone for a bit.
And
I just noticed you on my feed.
I might bring some of the feature game here. So, man, if people want features out here, just let me know.
Please, man.
It's a set price, but, man, you know, we can.
This is exciting. You bringing it back, bro. And, like, I'd love to have one of the features first here recorded. I'm going to holler at my network for you.
By the way, I got whole albums.
Waiting?
Yeah.
Stop playing.
New music.
Is it new music?
It's brand new music.
Okay.
And then it's
how recently?
Old to me, new to you music. So
okay.
I got about a good 4 or 5 albums.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all together over 100 songs. Literally that you haven't heard.
When you dropping videos?
I've been back. I just been under.
Yeah, you working? Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Videos,
you not just I'm back.
Videos, that's gonna come another time.
Okay.
Well,
we got you on a video here, bro.
That's what's
so
taking me so long to put it out, though. I got to get my video game back set up because I want to have the whole formula down pat before I even step into it.
It's changed a little bit.
I'm coming different now. You feel me? I got the song circulating now. You feel me? I can send you something. You know,
send me something.
Add it to your podcast.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I'm always introducing new songs in the beginning.
If you want to do that, then that's fine. I'll send you it. You know, after I get home and stuff like that. Just give me your email and we'll do it like that.
Might be the official song of the podcast. You never know.
Let me know. Let me know. I'm trying to spread it around.
Are you still in Oakland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
still out there.
You still ready to do some shows again?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm throwing them again.
I'm ready to do whatever. I'm trying to get it back rolling.
Have you been by the Dope Era store yet? Recently?
It was closed when I went there, but
I'm sure Fat would have been really happy to see you.
We've been talking.
Yeah. When you go, let me know. I could bring a little media crew with you and get your interaction together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that might be dope.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That might be dope, like the Era.
Cause I like catching stuff on the media tip, man. You know what I'm saying?
And for the record, I fuck with nobody, but I fuck with everybody. If you know what that means.
Well, you from Oakland? I don't know what that
Yeah.
means.
No associations, no affiliations, but I fool with everybody, and that's how I like to step.
It's safer that way.
It's safer that way. It's better that way.
It's safer that way.
It's more fun that way as well.
Link in the bio. What else you got to tell us, man? What else is coming out? Anything you wanna? We touched on a lot. We got a lot of great content. But
Yeah, we did.
Anything you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, not really, man. Just thank you to the loyal supporters.
Yeah, man. Shout out YH. Shout out
YH. Yeah.
Young Gully supporters. He is back.
What it is.
You need a feature. He gonna look at you different, but he might fuck with you. He might approve it.
And shout out everybody who plays the back and supports. Man.
Yeah,
that's the most appreciative thing that somebody like me can ask for.
Your energy is
the
beaming.
Support.
His energy is beaming right now, man.
The glow is Bruce Leroy's.
Oh no! Hey, put up a picture of Bruce Leroy, please, on the thing. All right, so they know what they talk. And they put Gully's head on Bruce Leroy, and then that's how we gonna end it, man. Create podcast. I forget where we at, but I was so glad to bring Young Gully back from East Oakland, man. I've been following him a long time. That video he came out with, I still remember that. I still remember looking at that like, oh, we gotta meet this dude, bro. Like, this guy is trend fucking setting all the way from the beginning of Facebook, man, until now. So I'm glad to have you back. I'll be buying that product from you tomorrow, but any of y'all want to get a feature or a show or a booking or anything to do with this guy, book Young Gully. He's back. He's ready to be in promo mode. He can't do the Create podcast first, man. We love it, bro. Appreciate you, man.
And by the way, please feel free to call the phone, 510-395-1591. It is good on the phone lines. So
that's a clip.
In with Gully.
That's a clip. That's a clip. That's a promo clip. That is it. Yo, hold on, man. You want to repeat that number one more time, though? Just one more time?
510-395-1591. And I'll work out the booking and management on my own. And then we'll bounce off each other like that. The chemistry. You feel me?
You might be in the studio. You might have to pay extra to be in the studio with him, man. That's an extra fee.
It's serious now.
That's an extra fee, y'all.